Buenos días, buenas tardes o buenas noches, bololos y bololas, ¿qué tal? Bienvenidos al 6º episodio de Sábado Histórico, el podcast de música electrónica de Bololo Sound. En el día de hoy tenemos a unas invitadas realmente especiales. Es la primera entrevista internacional, las primeras invitadas internacionales que recibimos en Sábado Histórico. Ya nos contaréis qué os parece el episodio de hoy, si queréis que sigamos apostando por artistas de habla inglesa, si os gusta, si preferís que nos quedemos en casa. A ver qué tal sale, Pero antes de nada y antes de recibir a nuestras ilustres invitadas, la bienvenida a mis compañeros. Alberto Cortés, ¿qué tal?
Aquí estamos.
¿Qué tal el sábado?
Bien, bastante bien.
¿Qué hice este sábado? Yo no
El
me
sábado, el sábado fuimos a Circo Loco.
Fue lo de Andrés Campo y Circo Loco, sí.
Circo Loco, muy bien.
Divertido.
Saludo a Mochak, ha vuelto al house.
Es verdad, qué setazo de Mochak, qué setazo de
maravilla.
Mochak. Vale, por mi derecha, bienvenida por primera vez a Sábado Histórico. Constant, ¿qué tal?
Aquí un poco de recuerdos de Vietnam.
¿Qué te ha traído por aquí? ¿Por qué?
Pues porque me llevo muy bien con las invitadas de hoy. Al final tenía que estar presente. No había otra opción.
Solo viene cuando le caen bien las invitadas.
Cuando me interesa.
Este es el nivel.
¿Podemos pinchar el otro plano para que se vea la cámara 3? A ver, para que se vea a las hijas de Zapatero.
Miércoles y miércoles.
A ver,
Miércoles y jueves.
miércoles y jueves.
Y Ana, ¿qué tal? Buenos días, ¿cómo estamos?
Bien, bien.
De
No me
nuevo
preguntes
por
por
aquí.
mi sábado.
Ella, es verdad, ¿qué hiciste el sábado pasado tú?
Fue duro. Fue Andrés Campo. Fueron muchas horas. Andrés
Ya.
Campo y Laster. O sea, fue desde...
¿Tú en Laster? No me digas.
Raro, ¿eh?
No me lo puedo
¿verdad?
creer.
Sí, fui a Laster.
Increíble.
No, pero fue desde las 2 de la tarde de comida previa a Andrés Campo, luego Laster. Fueron muchas horas de consumo de alcohol, la verdad.
Sí.
Así que este fin de semana no salgo.
No.
Nosotros estaremos esta noche, estamos grabando de nuevo en sábado, otro sabadazo histórico, estaremos esta noche en Don't Let Daddy Knows, el festival holandés que llega a Madrid por segunda vez, si no me equivoco, y donde actuarán nuestras invitadas y queridas australianas Nervo, que ya están por aquí y vamos a ver qué nos cuentan.
And now switching to English because we have with us Nervo.
It's great to be here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty exciting to have you guys here.
It is odd. It is odd because this is like our 6th episode, I believe. And all of them, we've been doing them in Spanish for obvious reasons. And we were having kind of like a logistics drama, like, oh, Nervo are coming. How are we going to do this?
Oh, you girls are great at English. I mean, honestly, I think you're fantastic. It's going to be great. I'm so excited about this.
We never do podcasts.
No, and we've never done a podcast with two ladies. So this is
Girl power. Girl power podcast for sure. So how was your trip, girls?
Oh, it's wonderful. We got here yesterday. We've brought the 3 girls with us, the kids. So they're all together running amok.
With the nanny because Mim's partner, Uri, just had back surgery
Yes.
2 days ago. So life is crazy, but life is always crazy
Always.
in
my God.
the land of Nervo.
And we love Madrid. I love Madrid. I fell in love in Madrid.
You
Did you?
literally fell in love.
I thought it was in Ibiza.
No, I mean, I think, okay, to give you some context. So my partner is Uri. He's
Uri
Spanish.
Salat.
And he interviewed us on the radio. That's how we met him.
In Madrid.
In Madrid. So it was the first time we met. And I don't know, I just have a soft spot for this city because I remember coming here, flying from wherever I was to come and see him for one night, then flying off again. And it was just...
You thought that radio interviewer was cute. Then you blink,
I know.
10 years later, and there's 2 kids and you're a
Yep.
family.
Yes.
Was it for Europa FM or different?
No, it was Los 40.
Ah, Los 40.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Okay.
it's just been a lovely love affair. No, I shouldn't say love affair because
No.
it's more than that.
Evolution.
But evolution, yeah.
So you did come here yesterday
Yes.
with 3 kids
Yes.
and an injured husband.
Well, no, he was in hospital yesterday. So poor Uri, shout out to Uri.
Do you want to see the hernia that
Of
they
course.
took out of his...
So he's had his 2nd back surgery in 2 years. So it's
he has
pretty
a
hardcore.
hernia.
He had a hernia that was taken out 2 days ago. And then 2 years ago, he had titanium plates put here.
I want to see it. I want to see it.
Are you ready?
I cannot even
Oh
look
my
at it.
God. This is how a hernia looks like.
Right?
I want to show it to a camera, but I'm pretty sure it's not going to.
It's odd
It's like a piece of
looking.
meat.
I'll send it to you.
A
so
piece
you
of
can
what?
Put it.
A meat, like meat.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what he said? He said, let's put it in the air fryer. As a joke.
No, because we're air
It might
fryer
have
obsessed.
Mm.
properties.
Yummy.
Yeah, we are. Yummy.
It might have properties. You know, these women that eat their placenta.
Oh
Yeah.
well, maybe Yuri
yeah,
should
yeah.
eat his hernia.
Oh, you never know. Let's get the scientists onto that.
Disgusting. You never know.
There's a cannibal out there going,
You know, he has the
Dammer coated.
he has the entire operation on camera because the surgeon did it all on camera. And here's something crazy. I haven't told you yet, but he woke up midway surgery.
Did he feel anything?
Yeah, he started talking. And the surgeon was like, stop moving, Audie. And then I think
Joking.
the anesthesiologist came and quickly dosed him with some extra drugs.
But did he feel anything?
No, he didn't feel anything. But apparently he was talking all the way through because they kind of sedate you. They don't put you completely under.
Oh.
And he was talking about, I think, interviewing her or podcasting.
Interviewing the doctor.
Yes, and they started playing music in the surgery. And he's like, I can make you a great playlist.
So funny. My
Anyway,
God.
I said, I want to hear this recording. So anyway, yeah, it's just, he just told me this morning. So
Maybe he will put it on his own podcast.
maybe. He's doing this for a job now. He interviewed us on the radio and
He's a podcaster.
he's a podcaster. He's number 3 in Spain at the moment. So
Yes.
that deserves a clap.
Oh, Uri.
And the problem is I don't understand it because it's all in Castellano. So when people speak to me about it, I'm like, oh, sorry. No. They need to subtitle it in English.
You need to take Spanish lessons.
I do.
You did, no?
I did for 6 weeks. I did intensivo Spanish
Oh.
lessons. And honestly, we're just an English-speaking family. Like, we speak English with the kids. He's from Barcelona, so they speak Catalan.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And so the girls speak Catalan with him. And, yeah, so it's we will get there. I will get there. I promise you guys.
Do
I
they
know the
speak
colours.
Spanish, like the kids?
Not very well, no, because, I was watching a thing on Instagram and it was so cute, this interview between kids. And I said, Papa, can you interview Ithaca? Just do a fun podcast with, kid questions. And he practiced it in the lounge room and she couldn't answer in Castellano. No, not yet. So it might take a couple more years, but we'll see.
Yeah, but it's really cool, like trilingual. Spanish, Catalonian,
And also French
English.
and English. Yeah.
oh my God.
yeah,
That's
they're
so
lucky.
cool.
Yeah, they're
That's so cool. And how's traveling with the kids? Like, is it tough?
I love it. I love having my little +1 with me. Everything's exciting. She loves hotels. She loves airports.
Yeah,
she
do.
loves aeroplanes. We were 2.5 hours delayed yesterday, and she was fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But it is tough. You don't
Yeah.
get work done when you've got kids around, even with a nanny. It's just
That's been a big thing for us. Our work, work
The balance.
achievements, or we're just not as productive.
No.
Since becoming mums, it's you really need to choose, and I think so often mums choose being mums. We're so lucky that we can do both,
Right.
but
there is
it suffers. Your work
yes.
suffers. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. I was having a conversation with a girlfriend the other day, Charlotte,
Yeah.
and what she told me was so
Depressing.
it was depressing, because it is true. You ladies are younger than us. And I thought when I was your age, I was like, yes, we can do it all. We can have kids and a career and I was just, yes, we can do it all.
But you've sold this. This is the story that you get.
And one of our girlfriends, she was sold that as well. And now she feels a bit upset because she's a college degree student, amazing job, 3 kids. Okay, I think 3 kids is a lot. Mm-hmm. And she actually had to quit her job in the end because childcare was so expensive, and they've kind of balanced it. Life. So anyway, we're very grateful. We're very thankful. And but it is an interesting, eye-opening experience when you realize you can't be 100% in your career and 100% as a mum at the same time. It's impossible. It is.
I mean, honestly, what matters to me is that you guys are happy, no matter how you make that
Yes.
balance
Yes.
between work and family.
And it is true. You get a lot of happiness through kids, through your family, through seeing their happiness and their development. And
It's beautiful.
yes,
It's a gift.
It's a gift.
But it's a reality that men don't even have to think about these things, you know, sometimes.
Some men, yeah.
Not the same way.
Yeah.
And also the model is different, right? The
Exactly.
traditions are different. So I think if we can, I think it's happening more and more where the gender roles are changing and, so which is really positive. But it's
And
still
negative.
You think? Yeah.
It's all just confusing. Everybody's figuring it out.
Yeah.
But it's tough. It's tough.
Yeah.
When it comes to maternity, depending on the country, for example, here in Spain, recently we changed laws.
Oh.
So when it comes to once you have the child, so before, I think the husband or the father had like 15 days only, and the mom will take like more months. So it was kind of risky when you were doing interviews for a company.
Of
Yes.
course.
Because maybe they wouldn't hire you because you were like,
In your 30s, because they always
Exactly.
think you're going to have babies. Or,
Well, it's natural because that's,
Correct.
yeah.
But now they changed the law, and both mother and father get the same time. So I think it's 6 months each.
But I think they don't have to take it. I think that's the difference. You don't, you don't have to take it. So I've been reading some things where the women will take the full 6 weeks and then the other, or 6 months. Yeah. We didn't take any maternity leave.
We're self-employed.
True.
So you just work.
I would love maternity leave.
Paid maternity leave.
Could you imagine?
Yeah, maybe.
I can't.
Amazing. I'd be like, all day,
I remember barely nobody knew that you both were pregnant because you were wearing like oversized clothes
Yes.
and like
We
nobody
still
knew.
wear oversized clothes. Yeah, you're right. We kept it a bit secret for a while. Back when we got pregnant, not many women DJs were getting pregnant or having kids, or actually not many DJs were showing a lot of their family life. And I think that's really changed in 6-7 years, hasn't
Been a
it?
positive change.
Isn't it beautiful?
I like we did discuss it with the team and everyone, and it was a general discussion that we made a decision to not tell everyone straight away when we were pregnant. And I know this sounds awful again, but it was because, the agents won't push you for shows if they think you're going to be 6 months pregnant or something. There was a pressure like that. So it was a decision. I don't know if it was the right one. Maybe we should have come out straight away. And I love these women showing off their bellies while they're DJing.
Amelie Lenz did.
Yeah.
In their shows.
I'm like,
There was a show here in Spain that they were trying to tape her to the ground because she was jumping, and the staff was worried, like, this woman is pregnant, please stop jumping.
Yeah.
And they were trying to tape her, and she couldn't stop jumping
Yeah,
with her
of
belly.
course not.
It was so cute.
Yeah,
it
that's
was
great.
It was okay. And enough talking about babies and
Yes,
kids.
yes,
Let's talk
sorry.
about today. Don't let daddy know. Are you guys excited? What a big deal.
The lineup.
The lineup
yeah.
is huge. So it's Oliver Heldens, Dimitri Vegas, and like Michael, just Dimmy.
Dimmy.
Okay. Morton.
Yeah.
Robin Schultz.
Matisse.
Yeah.
And Sadko. And
Third Party.
Party.
I mean, there's like 8 of us on the lineup.
Yeah, it's insane.
We're playing an hour, right?
I think so. Maybe,
We must be with that many people.
Yeah. But we're playing at 4:30. True Spanish style.
And it's frio right
know.
now in Madrid.
I couldn't believe it when I looked at the weather forecast and it was -2 degrees at 9 a.m. here. Like, that's London weather.
No, at least we have a son.
You do. You do.
I have a feeling that they put you on one of the closing slots
Yes.
because you guys have been playing harder lately.
Yeah.
Is there any specific moment in which you decided to take this shift, or for any reason?
I think it was about, when we were just kind of getting sick of that EDM sound.
Big
It was a
pads.
while ago.
Yeah, I would say before COVID.
Yeah,
We-
2019,
Yeah,
18.
we were mixing in a lot of side trance, but now we're going even harder.
Or faster.
Faster.
I know we play hard, but we still,
Keep a vocal in there.
and we keep it happy, I think.
We try. Yeah.
We try, we keep it. Because but it's funny because we're so attached to that EDM brand,
Label,
label.
Explosion. And we have to be grateful for that.
Yeah, it was an amazing time.
It was the golden era of EDM. It was crazy.
We're gonna dive into this.
And it was a big sound moment. You know, it was a beautiful,
huge.
uplifting, euphoric moment in dance music.
But we did it for 10 years.
Yes.
And
And
now-
I'm loving this new evolution in dance music. It's going back to rave, well and truly, I think. Which is
it's
cool.
just less pop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then having said that, some of the records I hear, like Dimmy and Mike's record with Dido, you know, that's super pop. So
Oh, but the drop is crunchy. Crunchy.
As Mim said, like I do feel that at least in Europe there is a comeback to rave, to techno, to you know darker clubs, let's say. But at the same time, we have events like Don't Let Daddy Know, and also EDM is still very popular in Asia.
Asia.
So, do you think that EDM could come back somehow?
Well, it's interesting because we play in Asia quite a lot and you have to change your set so much, don't you?
I feel like EDM is entertaining. You know, if you look at those artists like the Steve Aokis, they're getting up, they're with the crowd, their hands up, their hands down, their lights up, lights down,
Faster
sit
mixes.
down, stand up. You know, it's like a rock punk concert or something.
Yeah.
And so I think people might always want to be entertained, but I think for now, you know, we actually like to be stick in the groove a bit more.
Yeah.
And then we'll probably get bored of that and go back to entertaining. Who knows?
True.
That's what's great about dance music, obviously, because, you know, there's so many genres within it.
True.
I'm loving at the moment all the tribal housey
Oh,
stuff.
yes.
Yeah.
I also like the tribal.
And it's massive, you know. You look how Hugo's blowing up. It's just fantastic. There's just so many little nice genres in there.
Yeah. However, talking about entertainment, I don't know if you realize that what it's now called hard techno.
Yeah.
They're also doing like this massive productions with lights. It looks like they look like concerts. I don't know if you've seen like Blackworks, those type of events. Well, they also have like big productions.
But don't you think El Road did that 5 years ago? They brought
True.
deeper techno with massive production and fun-free production, funny masks and streamers. Before that, techno was quite serious. Deep techno was
and
very.
you had no pyro.
It was very Jamie Jones, and you know, it was very cool. Nothing.
Yeah, it is true that El Road did something and still does something pretty similar. I just think that now with this new boom of hard techno, well, for me it's not hard techno to be honest, because it's weird. They also have like this massive productions where with fire and you know lights and whatever.
And do you like that when you go to the concerts? Do you like it, or do you want it to stay dark and sexy and
I'm more kind of like underground.
Oh, you girls are so cool. Look at you, you're
legit.
like, you just want a dark room.
But what do you guys think? Because I think this is happening because they're like booming right now. And you also lived that with EDM.
Yeah,
When you were in that boom. So what do you think
know.
is going to happen?
I think, look, me personally, I'm a little bit, I think, of a rave purist. I like the no whistles and bells, no phones, no nothing, music, rave, hardcore, friends, vibing, you know? But you can't deny the reaction of the crowd.
When there's effects.
all of a sudden pyro.
Do you remember sometimes with our set? Excuse me, guys, I've got this cough.
COVID?
No, it's not COVID. I don't think it is.
Are you sure?
I can test it. But remember when we would play our set and literally you would get the set list of the effects?
Yeah,
and it would be
amazing.
like every 10 seconds, you've got 30 seconds of pyro, 30 seconds of CO2, 30 seconds of the girls coming out with like laser beams. Then
It's a
you've got
full program.
Yeah.
that is intense. And also, you know what? That's expensive for promoters to pay for that. And that needs a certain venue as well.
Yeah.
Little clubs can't do that. And so I think there's a space for all of it.
Yeah. I just have the feeling, this is purely my personal opinion, that maybe you can get a little bit blinded by that crowd reaction effect and start focusing more on the production instead of the music.
Oh, personally speaking, we normally let the festivals manage the way they want the production. I know there's loads of artists that are really specific about it, but they're the pros, and we concentrate on the music really for us. But yeah.
But what piece of advice maybe would you give to this new headliners of this new wave of, like super productions and because you live that.
I would tell them to just enjoy and don't listen to everybody with all the pressure, because actually at the end of the day, if you're enjoying yourself, it's going to come out, and I feel like that is infectious, and the crowd will enjoy it. I remember when we were headlining big shows, I remember the pressure. Do you remember?
Yeah.
The agents calling us. And
on production, there was a lot.
On production, yeah. What are you going to do here? What are you going to do there? You know?
And you would be asked how much of your fee you're going to spend on production.
Yeah.
And
you would put your fee into the effects. And I don't know if it was every time. I'm not sure if it was worth it.
That's crazy. I didn't know you had to put your fee as a DJ into production.
Yeah.
Oh,
wow.
There is
Neither.
so much that goes into big lineups. So some festivals you'll play at.
Not Tomorrowland. Tomorrowland doesn't.
No.
But there are some festivals you won't get booked unless you have a new show, a new light show, a new production, a new this. And you actually have to say, look, I'm going to be spending a big load on my production.
Or what about if you play after a certain person or
Yeah, you
before a
have
certain person, you know that their rider they have to be a certain dB higher than you. So there are certain artists that you play with, and you're not allowed to have effects that are bigger than them or more than them. It's quite like, it gets a little political when you get to that point. Yeah, like even the volume. Do you remember one festival we were playing and we were so quiet?
And then all of a sudden the next DJ went on and it was so much louder. Yeah. We're like, wow.
And when you're part of the crowd, you can tell that happens.
We saw it immediately. We just saw the crowd and we're like, wow, yeah. But it is what it is.
But I've been to events that based on the lineup, the volume was down, and then the DJ comes up and it's like, I know what you guys are doing. Now you're lifting up the volume. Yeah.
It's actually, it's in your contract.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
It's in your contract.
Yeah. You're not allowed to play as loud as the DJ before you, and the production guy will come up and actually
he'll cut you up front of house.
He'll lock the master, or front of house control it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I have to say that at least you guys bring a show of your own. You know what I mean? You are not shy at all on stage. You dance.
We try. This one's a rock star.
I mean, honestly, it's just too much fun, our job. We got lucky. Really lucky, and we don't take it for granted, and we're so thankful to be still doing it and still loving it. There is a lot of challenges with our job as well. Like after this interview, we're going to go and work maybe 5 hours on our set.
Yeah.
So there's that we are constantly working on, but it's all worth it.
I mean, it's amazing. We're in Madrid. We're staying in a beautiful hotel.
We've got the kids.
Yeah, we're very lucky.
Yeah.
And we feel it.
Yeah. However, being a DJ today, like nowadays, is not only playing. Like you have to be your PR, social media, like 30 jobs in one. How do you feel about that? Like, do you still feel like an outsider in any of those areas, or are you like
1,000%?
Yes. And also, when you decide to share your personal life, then that's how much of my personal life should I share? Because you want some level of
Personal
you want
feeling.
to be genuine, but also, do you want to share everything? We've tried to keep it pretty real, haven't we?
Yeah. We are naturally very open ladies. We just speak how we feel.
Yeah, to our detriment sometimes.
Absolutely. Many times. And maybe that's our lesson. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like... social media is so tough, and it's a lot of pressure. It's every day,
True.
And that's it's daunting. It is daunting.
I think if there is something that generally people admire about you is how down to earth and warm you are with people and close. So I always wanted to ask you if there is something that clicked on you to make you always be this grateful,
Do you know what I think? Our success came late. Mm-hmm. We were not 20-year-old successful touring
We
DJs.
were broke songwriters,
Waitresses.
literally sharing a bed. We had 3 girls in one room, a double bed and a single bed. Remember that?
Sharing a
God.
room in London
Above.
above a store because that's all we could afford. So I think our commercial success came a lot later.
Yeah.
And I think that does something to you, you know, because you're so grateful.
For everything. I'm still get a little, lift
Yeah.
in a hotel room with, fresh new sheets and pillows that I haven't had to clean.
Totally.
I know that's
How good were the sheets last night?
heaven. And the pillow was so nice.
I've got this thing where my daughter's sleeping in the bed with me last night, and we name our cuddles.
Really?
Yeah. So we had this beautiful bed last night.
Big
and
bed.
We're cuddling, and our legs are wrapped up. And you know what she called it?
The snake cuddle?
The spaghetti cuddle.
Oh my God, that's so cute.
Because our legs
so
are all
cute.
wrapped in
Because
our
you're
heads.
tangled.
She goes, Mama, this is the spaghetti cuddle.
You
I'm
really
like,
sleep? You sleep?
We
like
slept
that?
in the spaghetti.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And I was like, yeah, I love these sheets. My legs are just going all over the sheets.
The silky sheet.
And it's great that it's cold today because that way the
Yeah.
spaghetti cuddle will warm you up.
Yeah, we are very, I remember when we first started working with DJs, because we'd been working in the pop world for a good 6 years before we ever worked with any DJs. And there was a massive fun element working with DJs. And we would be going to clubs, Fabric in London, and then all of a sudden we started working with one guy called Tom Neville, remember? And then Michael Gray. And then these guys straight away would love our ideas. And they're like, yep, girls, we're going to release it like literally next week. And when you work in the pop world, you write for these artists. So many times you do 10 sessions with them and you're lucky if one record makes their album. And you're really sweating because you really want to get the singles. You don't want to get an album track. And we would work with these DJs and it was always their singles. And,
so easy.
And then they would invite us to the clubs with them. And honestly, it even came down to getting into the club straight away, not paying entry and getting a drink.
Yeah.
And we were like, wow.
Or just skipping the queue.
Skipping the queue.
Being able to use the door out the back. That's still kind of fun, huh, guys?
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
I mean, we all get that, you know.
Well, you're saving time, aren't you?
Yeah, it's just
you
kind
feel
of
special.
you feel special.
like all these people queuing and I'm not. Yeah, you get that feeling.
Yeah. So I think we stay grateful, and we are grateful.
Yeah.
How
We're
long
grateful.
ago did you move to London?
Oh, goodness. 20 years.
23 years ago.
Yeah, a long time. And we've been touring now.
Older than you, probably. Yeah.
I was one.
We've been,
I'm 24.
yeah, we've been touring as Nervo
14?
for 14. Yeah, it's a long time.
Yeah. And the scene has changed a lot, right?
So much.
Because nowadays I have the feeling, at least here in Madrid, that we're getting too many parties, maybe too many
Really?
festivals.
Interesting. See, we
I
party
think
for our
so.
life. For our job is to party.
I know, and I love to party. Don't get me
Yeah,
wrong.
yeah, but you have
I'm
too much-
turning 29 right now, and I remember when I started like going to parties, like electronic parties, not like reggaeton.
Yeah.
I was
yeah.
18, so that was 11 years ago, and there were not that many parties out there, not many festivals. But now here in Madrid, every weekend we have something.
That's tough
Don't you
for
have
the
the feeling
promoters, for
that
everyone.
But do you think maybe I don't know if this is happening in Madrid or if it's happening around the world, but my question here or what I want to share here is like, isn't it concerning? Like,
Must be for the promoters, absolutely.
yeah.
We've never come from that side, have we, Liv?
No, because we go to the parties, so we don't know if that city's got a party next week and the week after.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
No, it is. So
But I will say I had a Friday night off the other day, and I just went to Coco Club in London to see Damien
you did.
Lazarus, and I just hit him up.
And
I was
heaps
like,
of people?
Heaps, yeah. So it is true. If you want to go out, you just quickly look who's playing where, and you just go. So yeah, I mean, you guys are right. Must be tough for the promoters.
I don't think it's sustainable at all. Like it's gonna be a breaking point at some moment. And I mean, look at Ibiza right now. You know, you've been there 4 years. You've been
Guys.
there 4 years, but now it's for me, it's completely different. Like,
How much is a drink? I saw something online. I think it was $40 for a vodka soda at Ushuaia.
A
40
single?
euros.
It's
40
gotta be a
euros.
double. That has to be a double.
Or
But
something-
still, it's a rip-off, right?
Or 45. It was something crazy. I'm like, how do kids afford that?
They don't. They can't.
Yeah,
How do they do that?
But I don't think, is Ibiza really for
it's not for kids.
young? No.
But where it was for us.
Yes, it was. We got
Where
lucky.
Like we did. Ibiza
Where are the more affordable places
rave spots
to rave?
in the sun over summer?
I don't know. I was in Amnesia last year in Pyramid. Mm-hmm. And I remember paying, was it 50 euros? Andres,
50?
Andres, fueron 50 euros? 50 euros for 5 beers.
Okay, but 5 beers, but
Are
that's
they
still
like a small beers? It
It's
wasn't
the
like
small
a
one, and the brand was not amazing.
No.
Not going to say which one was
Wasn't
it.
Estrella?
No, of course, Estrella is amazing.
wow,
Australia.
yeah, so 5 little beers, but still 10. I don't know. I saw something online. It was like 45 euros for a drink.
It's unaffordable. And it's sad because then young people don't get the introduction to
rave.
Yes, dance music.
I don't think Ibiza is right now the place to get
So,
introduced.
so where do
into
people
rave.
go? Croatia?
To
There's some cool
Berlin,
parties there.
Berlin.
Amsterdam,
really?
Cold. It's cold
to
though.
Georgia now as well. Georgia has a huge techno movement,
What
like
about big
underground.
festivals like Medusa? They don't charge as much for drinks, do they? I don't know.
No, I don't think so. So I've been to Dream Beach
Yes.
many times.
Yes.
And I've never found it expensive, to be
Okay,
honest.
great. And
So,
they have wicked lineups.
yeah, last time I went was not last year, but the year before. And I remember spending like 100 euros on drinks, but 4 days.
You know what
That's
you guys
okay.
should do? You guys should do a story on Wololo about the most affordable rave
Festivals.
spots in
That's a
Europe.
good idea.
You know, like compare Ziget and Balaton, like that part of the world, to Medusa
Germany.
and Dream Beach, Spain, to Ibiza, to Croatia.
yeah.
We've played some wicked parties in Croatia.
The thing is, Ibiza, when we used to go live, it wasn't what it is now. You know, we used to stay at what Ushuaia is now. It used to be a group hotel
Nervo
called
Nation
El Grupo.
Residency.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
that was with Ushuaia.
When we were raving in...
Before Nervo.
Before Nervo in Ibiza, Ushuaia used to be a €50 a night hotel across the road from Space, and you would cram 4 people in that hotel room. And it was super cheap, super...
Yeah, dodgy.
Yeah.
Playa de Mossa was
Yes.
back then.
But now it's just so
Now it's
flashy
crazy.
and fancy, and it's changed. The face has changed.
Yep. And money-wise, it has changed a lot as well. Yeah, because I was there last year and prices were like crazy.
But, they are very tight on guest lists there as well.
True.
With all of the artists at all of the venues. They only let you have X amount because I do think...
We've been playing Pasha with Robin Schultz the last couple of years. We're going to play again this year with him. And it's nice to be back at Pasha, actually.
Yes.
Smaller club, feels
very
very
Balearic.
Ibizan.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
I mean, all the clubs are amazing there. They've upped the game so much that it's like wow everywhere.
Yeah. So you obviously guys have like a very strong connection with Ibiza.
Yeah.
But I think you also have it with Tomorrowland, right?
Yes, they're family.
Tell us something we don't know about Tomorrowland. I'm pretty sure you know. There's stuff there that we don't know.
So the
Spill the
guys who
tea.
Spill the
started
tea.
Tomorrowland are really great guys.
Hippies.
Yeah.
They're
are.
ravers
Yeah,
and fun
they
and super cool,
Yeah.
super hippie vibes, and very loyal as well. I believe. I feel like they're so amazing to us, and yeah, and
They really believe in this
the festival.
family vibe. Like they care about the artists, but they care about the raver there. They
Yeah.
want to make that experience really top.
Yeah.
And
And that was evident even at the very beginning. They were the first festival that we ever went to or played at where the artist village was really nice and, don't you think?
Them and Future.
And their attention to detail. Yeah, Future music in Australia. Australia used to have some epic festivals. I don't think they have them. The culture has kind of changed a bit there now.
Oh.
But but the way the Tomorrowland people really care about the ravers, I think that's the key to their success.
Yeah, and the attention to detail, like even these
They're
virtual events that they're doing. It's not just music. It's full immersion.
I'm pretty sure you've had some wicked stories at Tomorrowland
Oh gosh.
or anywhere. I mean, you're traveling every single weekend, so every weekend something might come up. So share with us 3 stories that you haven't said
don't
in
think we
any
can share
other
that one.
interviews.
I don't know which one you're going to say.
Thinking about something.
I think I almost fell off the main stage at Tomorrowland. It was my own fault, but I did have to get stitches on my leg, and it was during Steve Aoki's set, and he asked us to throw out some cakes. We all did it, and I wasn't looking properly.
No, wasn't there cream from the
Yeah,
cake
I
on
slipped,
the
I
thing, and then
slipped.
you slipped, and she caught herself in between like 2 butterfly wings, or
and my
something.
legs were dangling. And our TM, Emma, with her big cameras everywhere, I just remember her going, "Oh my God, Mim," dropping her camera.
you just
and
disappeared.
pulling me out. And it was frightening because have you guys heard about what happened to Paul Van Dyke? He fell off stage.
Was in a coma.
He was in a coma.
Really?
He had to
I didn't
learn
know.
how to speak again and
Yeah,
walk
guys, you
again.
should Google that video. It's
It's on,
hard.
on video.
He's walking up to say hi to the crowd and then just disappears.
Because they had material over the
Speakers.
speakers and he just fell down the middle. That's happened to me as well in Thailand once.
One of you fell off a cliff as well, no?
Well, I mean, we were cliff jumping actually.
that was-
In Ibiza, there's this rock away from San Antonio side. And yeah, we were all jumping off it, and I didn't want to jump, but I was an idiot and walked up the hill, and I was so nervous. My body was so tense that when I hit the water, I broke my own back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was not fun.
You broke your back.
Yeah. I mean, I'm recovered now, but I was in a brace for 8 months, like a full brace. And I used to wear
I
it
also broke
under-
my back. That's why I'm asking.
Wow.
Yeah.
I chipped my tooth.
I was climbing a tree.
a tree.
At what age? How old were you?
25.
Yeah, that's true. I was that age too, and no alcohol. Like I just did it.
Me neither.
Out of pure stupidity.
And the doctor kept asking, like, is she high? Is
Yeah.
she drunk? And my friends were like, no, she's just stupid.
Yes.
No, you're just fearless. When you're young, you're fearless.
Yeah.
And
That's what the doctor said to me. The doctor said, "This looks like you've been in a car crash," and I'm like, I haven't. And but what happened is I couldn't breathe because I got so winded
when she got up out of the water, her lips
because it
were
was in the-
already blue. Already. And she was a good, I would say 100 meters away. It was frightening.
It was so scary. It's still one of the scariest moments of my life.
of course.
But anyway, then my friends put some yerbas in my system so I could kind of. It was a decision. You guys are laughing, but it was to kind of calm me down because I was like trying to get a little bit of air through. And then the doctor was like, "You were drink driving, weren't you?" I'm like, "No, promise, I was sober." And they gave me the alcohol to kind of calm down.
Which worked, right?
Yeah.
I think it worked. Yeah. But yeah, that was a frightening time. Thank God it turned out okay.
It is scary. Like, for me, it's also one of the scariest moments in my life. Like, I remember thinking, okay, this is it.
Yeah, me too.
And I have to use a wheelchair forever. Like, I was so scared. And
too.
actually, one of my vertebrae is damaged for life.
I remember your tooth.
I checked my tooth. I remember being in the water. I hit the water, and I remember going, "What's that in my mouth? Like a rock in my mouth." And it was my tooth. I chipped my top tooth, went through my bottom tooth, and I came up, and then I realized I couldn't breathe. And I'm like, "Help me, guys! I can't breathe." And everyone's like, I'm serious. I can't breathe.
Then thank
my
God,
God.
thank God was down there and he was on the
got
inflatable
me on-
crocodile and then got you to the boat. It's crazy.
Oh my God.
Leaving behind harming. Any other stories you want to share with us?
Oh, we
Guys,
just used to be too wild. You know, I got concussed once through stage diving with Showtek and Chucky and Sander, and we all decided to stupidly
Jump into the
crowd at the same time. It was in Prague, I believe. And so we were like, yeah, 1, 2, 3. We jumped into the crowd and the seas parted and caught the others, but not me. I landed on my head.
Oh, no.
Concussed, out cold. And I don't remember. I remember waking up because Chucky was throwing water on me, but now I still get neck ache problems from that. That was a problem. I had to, it was a big problem.
My God.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, let's stop talking about injuries, please. Let's move to a happier topic. I don't know if you guys know, but Wololo's turning 11.
No way!
11 years. I know, crazy.
job,
That's
guys.
wonderful. That's a real achievement.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we wanted to ask you, like, what do you guys remember when you were at that age, like 11 years old? Music. Were you into music by that time?
That's 11. Wow.
11 was a funny age because we were past Disney. You know,
I think we had an older sister. Well, we still do have an older sister.
Yeah.
And she was liking grunge and rock music.
Nirvana
So I think,
and
you know, when
Nirvana.
you're a younger sister, you always want what your older sister
Yeah, it's true.
listens to. So I think she really influenced us. Mm-hmm. It was just I think, how old were we at our first festival? It was big day out. Were we underage then?
Yes.
Oh, my goodness.
And can you believe Mum let us go?
Did she let us go?
She dropped us off.
Go, Mum.
Cool mom.
Yeah, but kind of silly. She let us go.
Well, that's probably what got us obsessed with
Would you let
dance
the girls
music.
go?
She knew your
At
potential.
11, I think if I thought they were responsible, maybe I would. I mean, surely we would have been allowed to have gone then. We just weren't drinking. I don't know, but I do remember listening to The Prodigy and going, oh my goodness.
The Prodigy, Fatboy Slim, Basement Jaxx.
Yeah.
It was all that
But
sound.
there was also, I think I remember, didn't
Offspring.
we see Soundgarden once?
It was The Offspring.
Was it The Offspring?
And I remember the guy goes, everybody, grab a can, grab any can or anything you've got on the ground and throw it up at stage. And then suddenly all this litter was just flying towards the stage. That's one of my earliest rave memories, yeah.
That's a cool rave memory, to be honest.
Yeah, and everyone was like, dodging cans and chip packets. And
See, you know what Jack Johnson does at his concerts now? He insists on people bringing
refillable cups.
a fillable cup, and so that there's no plastic.
What a
at-
legend.
That's nice.
Yeah,
And necessary.
very necessary. But he was, I think, the first person to say, I mean, he also has the power, right? Because he's such an enormous artist that he can say no straws and no plastic, no single-use plastic. So that's pretty cool. That wouldn't
Hey,
happen.
that would be a good idea. Can you imagine going to a rave or going to a place like Ushuaia or something and then buying a reusable cup and maybe having to pay quite a lot of money for it, but having your name on it and it could be refillable?
Well, maybe they
So
should
you pay
give
100
you,
euros or what, oh, who knows, you know, that's still a lot of money. But then
Yep, with your
you get
name on
your
it is a good
refill-
idea.
Yeah.
You know what I would love? I think that should be customary when you buy a ticket. Like if you pre-buy a ticket, you should be able to submit your name. Then when you enter, you get your wristband and your reusable cup.
Yeah.
And then people could use that as a nice
could take it
souvenir,
home.
and you could have every year.
And it would be safer, like if you have your own cup with your name.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Girl,
God,
the
that's
fact
the
we
difference.
even need to think about that.
Yeah, that's the difference. We never used to have to think about that.
There's so much spiking going on all over the world. In London, it's a big topic now.
It is.
Well, it never used to be illegal. I think that's why there was never a standalone offence for spiking. And now what's happened is it's just become rife all around the world that the law is catching up now.
Have you ever been drugged has someone ever drugged you at a festival?
No, thank God.
Really?
no.
Likely no,
Good.
no,
Thank
likely
God.
Me
no.
either.
I
But I have
Lynn
friends.
has.
I've been drugged in a bar
Yeah.
with my friends.
Yeah.
There was a trend here in Spain where they were doing it with needles.
In the
even.
back.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
and
was
you don't
big in
even
London
feel it,
too.
apparently.
That's so
that's
scary.
Frightening.
I mean, mainly for females.
Yeah.
Mainly, but
A girlfriend of ours got spiked and she ended up catching the guy. She was at a bar in London and it was like Friday night.
Yeah, in the end, it was the security guy and the guy that worked at the bar working together.
Purposely spiking
Oh my
the
God.
girls.
Crazy.
And she passed out at home. She was sent home, but her handbag, wasn't it her handbag that was left or something like that? And she straight away went to the police when she woke up and she knew she'd been spiked. And she's like, I've been spiked. And they was like, great, go get a blood test right now. They found the
drug?
drug in her system
then they got a warrant to go and search the CCTV camera of the venue, and then they caught people.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And sad, to be
So
fair.
sad.
Yeah.
So yeah, reusable cups.
Promoters.
Save the earth, promoters.
Yes.
Save the earth. No
That'd
more
be
slagging.
lovely.
But in some festivals, I've been to Amsterdam to some festivals, and if you pay for the cup and you bring it back, then they give you the money back, or they give you like
That's
a
great.
token. But in Spain, for example, you pay it, and still you don't get anything back. You know, so you just have to pay €1 extra or €2, but you don't get anything in return. And I'm like, you're making money.
You don't
More
even
money.
get a cheaper drink?
No.
Huh.
Because it's
Lift your
Starbucks, right?
game.
Don't they have a Starbucks thing where you bring
They
your
do.
cup and you get
They do.
$1 off or something
They
like
do,
that?
they do. Yeah. And we have that in Spain.
See,
I'm a
that's
Starbucks lover, so I
great.
know.
Yes, I saw that. It's a good way to make you buy their cups, but it's still reusable.
Yeah.
Which is the whole aim, right?
I remember you saying you were spoiled last time you went to Starbucks in London.
Why? What happened?
Honestly, I'm just always shocked. Maybe it's the trauma from my really broke days, but when we
Maybe
were...
you're just getting old and you sound like Gary Nervo.
That's
our dad. That's our dad. Well, how much is this? It's too expensive.
No, but look, don't you think? I remember I was in Vegas and it was $11.90 for a latte, and I just think that's a bit too much money for a coffee. Mm-hmm.
It was more.
It was
$13 or
ridiculous.
$14.
It was ridiculous, and I'm just surprised. I'm surprised by the price of coffee. I do sound old. when I
Guys, we
say
have a
that.
theme. We're talking about how expensive drinks are in Ibiza and how expensive coffee is.
Well,
We have a thing with money.
well, we do.
It sounds like it.
Well, it's tough. It's tough for young people.
Yeah, of course it
I had dinner with a girlfriend of mine in London the other night, and London's hard
London
to get ahead,
expensive.
to get on the property ladder, to get that deposit together because everything's just so expensive. The tube is so expensive, everything. And we were just speaking about how unless you're lucky, like super lucky, or in your career, or you're a banker,
or your family has
or
money.
someone dies in your family and you get inheritance, or your parents help you out, it's near impossible to get on that ladder.
It is.
It's tough.
But not only the UK, but here as well.
Really?
Like, it's a worldwide issue, I guess.
That's not fair. I mean, well,
It's not.
actually, that's the way of the world, isn't it? Life is not fair. But I think when you know that it was easier for our parents' generation.
It was.
So
Definitely. Now, I remember my parents just buying a house easily when they were younger than me.
Yeah.
And I am renting right now because
Yes.
it's impossible to afford, to buy a house.
But don't you think the mentality's changing a little bit now? I think, isn't it? People know they're never going to be able to afford to buy, so now it moves into a renting
Mentality.
mentality. Didn't you say
glow.
people spend more money on food and coffees and things like that because that's where they get their joy, not on the sofa that they buy for their flat or something?
That's true. There is one thing about our generation that I feel like everyone is complaining about how much a rent is super expensive.
Yeah.
Yet we are always on the streets, always partying,
Yes.
always spending money.
Because that's where you
I
get
mean,
joy.
I guess that
You're eating your avocado and toast.
Well, yeah. But what are you meant to do? Sit there scrounging and
Yeah.
not enjoying life, and then you can afford some nice lights in your flat.
Well, I think that's what our grandparents did.
Yeah.
Our grandparents never ate out. They never went for dinners, ever. It was
Well,
someone's birthday.
Our parents were immigrants to Australia. So
really?
Mum and dad were born in Italy. And so our grandparents were super poor. It was after World War II. And so they did come from a different, it's true, different culture.
True. Okay. So before we finish the interview and move into a little fun game we've prepared, any questions? Anything we've missed?
This last question we made, there is, on the other hand, what would you say that has changed on Nervo the most on the last 11 years? Like when you were at the top,
Yeah.
Okay.
what has changed the most since then?
I think we've changed as people
Massively.
so much. And I think motherhood. Sorry, guys. This is
Don't
a
want
little
to
bit of
scare
a
you or anything.
No, in
feministic.
in the case of Liv, solo motherhood.
Yeah, and solo I'm a solo parent, right? So
Not
that's
by choice also. It's she was tricked.
Yeah.
abused
Yeah.
by someone.
Yeah.
And so she takes care of her child 100% by herself.
And also, I think I went through still probably going through a real trauma. You know, when you are, my partner was living a double and triple life. So
Oh my God.
One family, oh God, it's, but anyway, and I found out when I was 6.5 months pregnant. So I went through some life fracturing, like lesson trauma, and I'm still going through it.
And also, it continues because it's a wake-up call of how, Liv would never have been in that situation had she been able to make a choice. And now it continues through her career and her life. She has to take care of everything and also deal with what we believe is ongoing abuse.
Yeah.
So
when you so be careful who you fall in love with, kids.
yeah, love is
Because this can really change your life, we're so lucky to have such amazing careers and a foundation of support. And even with that, I got way too close to the edge.
yes.
And my life is a constant battle with this now. And I manage it, but it's not fun. It's every day. And, gosh, it's changed me as a person. Excuse me, my nose is running now. I'm not crying this time. I promise.
Of course. Not your fault, though.
No,
I know.
like when you're a survivor,
Well, you are a survivor.
Yeah.
You're a legitimate survivor.
when you are a survivor of this sort of abuse, you learn,
It opens your eyes to so many other unjust situations within society, within everywhere you go. So I think that is what's changed us. It's literally. I never used to worry about other people's problems. I never used to feel as much other people's problems.
We're big lefties now.
And that was my. I'm sorry. It was my ignorance. It was.
A wake-up call.
It was a wake-up call, but now it's hard because now I watch things that are going on everywhere around the world, like in Gaza and everywhere, and it affects me. I feel pain that you can't help other people, and those people are being abused and tortured.
Yeah, you feel for the vulnerable.
You feel for the vulnerable because they don't have a voice.
Yeah.
And we've come from an extremely privileged background or baseline where Liv could defend herself just
Ish.
without defending.
Yeah.
And but lots of people don't have that luxury, and it's only when you're thrown into this awful world. You realize.
It's impressive. Like you're totally like a role model. Like
Wow.
that you're managing this at the same time that you're managing your career.
They
So
really are.
thank you for
Yeah.
sharing.
Well, we try, guys. We try. I think maybe there's a greater purpose on this earth. Maybe this was one of them. And if anything, at least hopefully the lessons that we've had to learn as a family will be passed on in a
our
positive
kids,
way to our kids and the next generations, hopefully,
It's so easy for people to put things in the too hard box. Like, that's not my problem, and that's, I don't want to deal with that. But it is a problem if people don't form an opinion, because it is how things continue, and there's systematic problems. And it's happening all around the world in every nation, unfortunately. So, I'm becoming a big humanitarian.
crazy.
Yeah, all the marginalized communities, all of the single moms, and it's tough. It's tough for a lot of people out there.
Yeah, of course. Well, thank you very much for sharing this personal change you've went through this 11 years.
180.
And to finish,
Yes.
let's make this little fun game. It's going to be short, so no worries. That's called Twinning Winning. Okay? So you're going to have both your faces.
Okay.
I love
There
this.
you go.
And we're going to say who does the thing the most.
Exactly.
I love these
So
games.
we want to know how
We
you
won't
guys
look at each
are.
other, okay? We won't look at each other.
Exactly. So we want to know a little bit more about you guys, about how your dynamic is being twins. So I have 5 fun questions.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask the question, and you're going to answer with the face of the one you believe is the answer. Okay.
Great.
Okay, I'll get
So
the same
let's go with the first question. So, who has better musical taste?
Oh no.
Okay. Why do you think so?
I feel like I love discovering music.
Yeah, and I like to listen to silence.
Yeah,
you know,
true.
I like talkback radio and podcasts and stuff like that. So Miriam is
Like I
always the
remember when I discovered Sophie Tucker, and I was like, I love what they're doing, la 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 la. And then we started working together. I'm like, Liv, come on, we got to work on this record. And I just love new artists and creativity, but I also like silence as well. I can't listen to too much dance music because I'm analyzing too much, but I like other.
Nice. And talking about dance music, next question.
Okay.
Who's the hardest raver?
Hardest. I'm the longest. So you go harder.
I mean,
I don't know. I drink more.
you drink more, but I think I'm the hardest raver. Ding, 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 ding.
I've gone the longest.
No, you have not.
You don't think?
I mean, what's your record? I think I must be on.
2.5 days?
Yeah, I would think.
Oh
I'm the
my
same.
God, 2.5 days.
Yeah, in Ibiza.
Yeah. Maybe even
Okay.
Yeah, that was back in the day, guys.
Yeah.
Pre children.
Yeah. Pre-responsibility.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move to the third one. Who has flirted more using the I have a twin pickup line? Oh, never?
We don't really use that line.
I don't think that's a
No
hot
way.
line.
Because you know what? Then you're going to get creeped.
Gross.
Like who have some
Freakos.
weird twin fetish.
No.
And
Not
Okay.
into that.
Then who has flirted the most? Sorry.
What? Really? I mean, I just don't think I'm a flirt.
But you're more confident.
Yeah, but flirting is a different thing.
Well, you know.
I don't know how to flirt. It's been so long.
Okay,
We should ask Woody.
Ma'am, you can flirt. Stop
When
it.
I was single.
Okay. Fourth question. Who blames more the other when something goes wrong or not as planned?
Yeah, we don't blame. We don't
Okay.
blame, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there is a great duality between you both. Like,
We're a bit
obviously,
like, that sucks. Maybe we shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
But we don't.
But we
don't.
always do it with the best intention, so you can't blame someone if something doesn't work out.
Yeah. Yeah, we do our best.
You should see me with my siblings.
Really?
Yeah, but it's different with siblings. We have 2 other siblings, and I guess we blame them.
Okay.
Yeah, but no, we
with each
always have the
other.
right intention, even if things
Okay.
it's not malice in any way.
Okay. And last question.
I love this game.
Who's a drama queen?
Oh God.
Both of us.
Do you think? I would say none of us. So like none. We're just not drama. I don't
No?
think we're drama queens.
I think as our feminine voice is rising, you know.
We would love to say a lot more. Honestly, I get upset at the way that society silences people. Like truly, like you know, I have felt my feminine
rising.
discomfort in the. But I don't want to hate on guys because I love guys and I love good men.
Yeah.
But I have felt my feminine uprising, and
Just because of the bad ones. You
that-
know?
it's true. And I bet guys feel like that about the bad girls.
And the bad guys, you know.
Yes.
And also
Bad people.
Bad people. They
Yes,
just ruin it for the rest of everyone.
There are gender things that women have to handle more than men, I feel. And I think it's changing with great discussion. And also I feel like I do post a little bit on women's rights because I believe in them.
All rights,
And
children's
rights,
rights,
yes, but I
gay
never
rights,
understood the gender rights. I never understood it because everyone used to ask us when we were, you know, in the day earlier, what's it feel like being the only woman in the biz? And I was like, oh, we're so grateful and the boys are really nice to us. Okay, that's where the answers stopped. But now when I look at it more, I should have looked at it more
Well, not all the boys were nice to us.
No, not all the boys, but we ignored the bad boys and we went where the love is. But actually, yes, we should have looked at it a little bit more and said, hey, why aren't there more girls? Come on, ladies. But we just were so grateful that we didn't want to pick that to pieces. So anyway,
I think we're a bit ignorant.
Ignorance is bliss. And so then I start liking a lot of feminist things. I'm a feminist because feminism is equality. It's not a dirty word. And the majority of our fans are men. So I understand that's not going to work well with me. That's for us, for our career.
There are good men out there.
There are great men. They're phenomenal men.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I feel like I wish we could speak openly and positively without being judged or attacked. I hope for that for the future.
Yes. Well, girls, thank you very much. It was an amazing talk, I have to say.
Y ahora estamos nosotros aquí.
Y nosotras aquí.
El juego de las sillas.
La magia de la tele.
Qué majas estas chicas, ¿eh?
Muy majas.
Qué buena entrevista, la verdad. Me ha encantado.
Sí, la verdad es que sí, ha salido bastante bien. Yo por lo menos estaba cagada, iba a vomitar. ¿Tú?
No, a ver, o sea, te quiero decir, de los artistas con los que he podido tratar es que te juro que ellas son muy transparentes, o sea, y sobre todo que la gente que conocen la tratan como si la conocieran de toda la vida, ¿sabes? En plan, da igual que te hayan conocido hace 15 minutos que vas a ser ya como si fueras su mejor amigo.
Lit.
Qué guay.
Muy majas.
Pues bueno, vamos a cerrar entre comillas el programa hablando como siempre de las noticias más relevantes de estos últimos días, también eventos que han salido. Vuelve nuestra querida sección Sábado Ibicenco con Alberto Cortés. A ver.
Es que a mí me han dicho que en este programa no se habla lo suficiente de Ibiza, pero tranquilos,
Te vas a tener que
papi ha vuelto.
Tatúate la isla o algo.
Igual
o
sí,
sea.
toda la espalda ahí.
Sí.
¿Te imaginas?
Estaría
Molaría.
guapo.
Bueno, comenzamos. Esta semana han sido los Grammy. Como siempre tiene su parte de electrónica, su sección electrónica. Ha habido un poquito de debate con ciertas nominaciones y ciertos premios. Así, por encima, mejor grabación pop dance, Charlie XCX, perdón.
Madre mía, si es que gay rights, te falta.
Aquí hay.
Te falta
fans.
queerness a ti, ¿eh?
Total.
Queerness.
No como Alberto, que. Mejor álbum también para la Charlie. Y
Álbum
mejor
Dance,
álbum
no
dance.
mejor álbum del año. Lo cual me parece un robo y un ultraje. Le tendría que haber dado mejor álbum a Charlie. ¿Quién ha
Es
escuchado
compli-
Kyborg Carter de Beyoncé? ¿Tú lo has escuchado?
Yo no.
Pues eso.
Complicadísimo que un artista de electrónica gane el mejor álbum.
Hombre, pero por
Está
favor, a
difícil.
nivel impacto de números mundial,
Beyoncé, Ana.
Brad Summer.
Vale, perfecto. Y mejor grabación, dance electrónica, que ganó Never Render de Justice y Tame Impala. Eso sí que es un temazo.
Debería de haber ganado el remix de Rampa.
¿No estaba nominado Fred
Pero bueno.
en esa categoría? ¿O era en...?
En disco, quizá, por Ten, no lo sé. Si os digo la verdad, no tengo ni la más absoluta idea de quién está
Yo
nominado.
tampoco. No voy a engañar a nadie.
Bueno.
Los que sí que seguís a Charlie, contentas con este premio. Hace mucho que no viene a España, ¿no?
Viene
Barcelona.
Primavera
Mira,
Sound.
primavera.
Y vino Amnesia
Mira,
el año
primavera.
pasado en una
Boiler Room.
Una
Boiler Room en
Eso
Amnesia.
me sonaba.
Fue la que hizo con su marido, ¿no? Bueno, prometido, con George. ¿Puede ser?
No,
Sí, ¿no?
tengo tantos detalles. Había mucha gente moderna en el cartel, no sé si estaba él o no.
Muy queer. Ahora volvemos a Ibiza, me lo voy a saltar porque así te dejo luego a ti explayarte tranquilamente. Alesso, un poco de la generación EDM de nuestras invitadas de hoy, Nervo, lleva unos meses un poco desaparecido de la escena, tanto en redes sociales como a nivel escenarios, y por lo visto es porque ha tenido problemas de salud, problemas en el oído, que es algo que le pasa a bastantes artistas. Si no recuerdo mal, Steve Angelo está prácticamente sordo de un oído, si no me equivoco.
Pero yo creo que ya estaba sordo de antes.
Sí,
O
bueno,
sea, no de pinchar.
no creo que sea de lo más beneficioso ser artista y
Ya.
someterte a esa intensidad de decibelios. Yo conozco un par de artistas nacionales, que no voy a mencionar porque lo mismo no les gusta, que tienen serios problemas de oído y eso sí que es por el bombo, tío.
Porque escuchan.
Son muchos
eso,
años.
Serios problemas de oído. Traducción. Escuchan hard techno.
Ay.
Sí.
Ay.
Y también pues es un buen momento para hacer un llamamiento al tema de los tapones. En España se sigue, bueno, a la gente que trabajamos en la industria se ve más, que no tanto, pero se ve más, pero entre el público, entre la gente de pista, es muy raro ver gente usando tapones. Digo más, yo lo comento siempre, las camareras o camareros nunca llevan tapones. Y son gente que está enfrente del escenario o cerca de los altavoces 12, 13, 14 horas de festival o de evento de...
A mí no me gustan. Yo tengo y no los uso.
¿Por?
Joder,
Porque
al menos
no
a mí,
no,
yo los quiero.
no me gusta sentir el
Bueno,
retumbe.
el siguiente.
Sentir
Los
el
oídos.
tímpano resquebrajándose. ¿Tú usas Constant? ¿Tú que estás ahí en Fabri?
Yo sí, lo que pasa es que en un lado llevo el pinganillo, entonces creo que me voy a quedar sorda de este y de este no, porque solo llevo en este. Pero normalmente cuando la gente me habla, me lo suelo quitar el de este, porque no me entero, en plan... Porque la música está tan fuerte que al final te lo tienes que quitar. Entonces con los camareros yo creo que pasa eso, que si tienen que estar todo el rato hablando con la gente, no les renta realmente tenerlos puestos. Pero yo siempre veo la dualidad cuando vamos a la de y así, que miras a la gente y todo el mundo
Europa
lleva...
está muy
todo
Ese
el
es el
mundo
tema. En
lleva.
Europa se cuida más este tema. Yo creo que es necesario, al menos si... Pues sí, o sea, si te lo tienes que quitar un rato o tocártelo, bajártelo un poco para hablar con alguien o para pedir una copa o tal, sí, pero si tu idea es estar escuchando música y no hablando con la gente, la música la escuchas, ¿eh?
Sí,
Alberto,
pero es diferente.
Te
O sea,
filtra
que-
los bajos, ¿no? Es lo que hace.
te filtra, claro, el volumen
Claro, que es lo que
total,
más
los
mola.
bajos...
No sé, o sea, yo honestamente, opinión personal, creo que me estoy quedando sorda y no es broma. No, de verdad, ¿eh? O sea, y de hecho, pues mi novio Andrés se los compró y él los usa ahora porque él también sentía que se estaba quedando sordo y se pega a la fiesta con los earloops, creo que se llama la marca, puestos. Y, loops. y va bien. Han hecho mucho marketing en Europa. A España no ha llegado tanto.
Pues...
Hacen edición limitada en Tomorrowland todos los años. Que sacan como unos que valen el triple, pero son dorados.
Yo creo que debería,
Pues sí, a mí me interesa.
Es
deberíamos
algo, es
usarlos.
algo que se debería poner un poco de moda, porque ya no es quedarte sordo a largo plazo, que también, sino ese pitido en los oídos del domingo. Yo ha habido domingos que lo he pasado mal.
Que no,
Y,
que a mí
o sea,
me
es
duelen
lo
los
tengo en la
oídos.
cabeza, lo tengo dentro de la cabeza. Ya no me pita el oído, tengo el pitido en la cabeza.
A mí me duelen los oídos muchas veces, sobre todo en, no quiero decir nombres de sitios, pero que no sé por qué ponen el volumen a unos niveles que son anormales y te juro que ha habido días que me ha dolido, en plan de, me está doliendo, me está ya...
Sí.
Sí.
Pues a ir aprendiendo lengua de signos.
Sí. O a pedir copas
O a
con...
comprarse unos loops, coño.
Hablamos también de vinilos. En el primer episodio, si no me equivoco, hablamos del el crecimiento del vinilo así, en general. Hablamos de Discogs y del super catálogo de más de 100 millones de registros que tienen, si no me equivoco. Pero ahora ya empezamos a tener los datos de 2024 y se ha disminuido un 33% las ventas de discos este año.
Como ya adelanté yo en el primer episodio, que dije
Cortes damos.
que lo del vinilo era una moda de que la gente le habían regalado tocadiscos porque quedaban cool en el salón, la gente se compra los vinilos porque para poner algo, pero luego ya han descubierto que sale más barato Spotify.
Hombre,
Entonces ya
evidentemente.
se acabó la moda del vinilo. Igual que la Polaroid, la podéis guardar en la misma caja y en el trastero
Y
sin
esperar
problema, sin problema ninguno.
20 años hasta que vuelva a pasar por ahí. Yo aprovecho, que he visto que también ha bajado bastante, pero yo he escuchado mucha gente que dice que ahora se va a poner de moda el CD.
¿Sí o qué? 90s are back. Me mola.
Yo creo que sí, o sea, los 2000eros siempre...
Pero
Claro.
mola más las cintas.
Pero son más incómodas, no sé cómo decirte. Yo creo, honestamente, que toda la gente que compra en formato físico es porque le gusta la carátula o el vinilo es de un color diferente y está chulo tal no sé qué y les gusta tenerlo como recuerdo, pero no creo que se pongan su álbum preferido todos los días en el vinilo así, en plan, soy... ¿Sabes?
Para efectos prácticos, yo creo que el vinilo y el CD...
Sí. En el
está
coche
un poco-
igual.
Pero si ya no hacen coches, las radios ya
Es
no
verdad.
llevan CD.
Claro.
A mí
O
me
sea-
gustaría que volviera al CD porque eso implicaría, evidentemente, la recuperación del disco estrella. Que es una cosa que ya no se está haciendo.
El Caribe Mix.
El Caribe Mix.
Caribe Mix.
Todos esos recopilatorios
Y la vuelta del
vendrían
Walkman.
aparejados con la vuelta del CD.
Bueno, más si hay
Esas
central y todo
carátulas.
eso,
sí, sí.
en la discoteca de la Cima Bacala de Valencia, así que todavía yo creo que reparten CDs. Así
Yo
que...
tengo por casa un CD que daban en Fabric cuando entrabas del aniversario 2014.
Sí.
Aniversario 2014 y a los 1000 primeros o lo que fuera daban un CD. No sé ni qué contenido tiene, pero recuerdo de verlo todavía por casa. La vuelta es cada la vida.
Tienes que escucharlo y para
Pues
el próximo
eso
programa
es.
nos cuentas a ver.
Pues sí, lo tengo en Astorga, lo tengo que buscar. Un disco que se ha reproducido mucho estos últimos días ha sido el nuevo álbum de The Weeknd, con nueva colaboración, que ha sido, de hecho es un bonus track, que yo al principio la busco en el disco, bueno, en fin, no la encontraba. The Weeknd y Swedish House Mafia. De nuevo, Swedish House Mafia, que en todo el 2024 sacaron 3 canciones, pero que parece que siguen produciendo para otros artistas.
A mí me ha gustado la canción.
Sí, está
yo he
guay.
visto que la gente la ha criticado mucho. A mí me gusta. Es canción, obviamente, para
Es The
escuchar en
Weeknd,
casa.
claro.
Canción, música de The Weeknd, música destinada al sexo. Pero es verdad. Pero está bien la canción.
La de Swedish House Mafia también.
Sí, sí.
Tiene esa vibra.
Sí, es totalmente. Es para poner luz roja
Es por la voz de él más,
y
¿no?
intentar engañar a alguien.
¿Creéis que va a haber boom ahora de artistas pop haciendo cosas más electrónicas? En plan, como lo
Ya
que ha
lo
hecho
hay.
Charlie.
Este viernes, o sea, ayer, sacó single también Lady Gaga.
Es
y
verdad.
Es full electrónico.
Es
Ya
verdad,
también
es
habíamos
verdad,
hablado ya de Lady Gaga, es full electrónico. Pues de hecho habíamos hablado de Lady Gaga porque le estaba produciendo Jessa Feldstein y no sé si no lo he investigado. Si en este tema está él detrás, porque yo según lo escuché dije, hostia, y este bombo y de repente digo, hostia, Lady Gaga.
El bombo puro.
¿Podría considerarse un nuevo género de la ¿Creéis que daría como para crear un nuevo género dentro de la electrónica?
Pop electrónico.
Pop electrónico.
Seguro
Creo
que
que
sí.
ya.
Porque todo lo que sea
Electropop.
crear géneros nuevos en la electrónica, otra cosa
Yo
no.
creo que ya hay mucho. Y Lady Gaga, por ejemplo, siempre ha tenido muchas influencias. Y Beyoncé últimamente también. Creo que siempre ha estado muy presente, pero quizá ahora como más contundente, por así decirlo.
Ujú.
No sé.
Es que no es
Sí.
lo mismo influencia que, por ejemplo, lo que ha hecho pues eso, Charlie, que son temas completos, en plan, que es pura
Ya.
electrónica.
Está muy bien porque son temas que te valen tanto para la radio más mainstream, lo que aquí podría ser los 40, como para un DJ set relajadito.
Sí, a lo mejor algún DJ más. Más dance.
Ha sido
tipo-
una hora hablando en inglés, estarás ya,
Ya,
que no te-
estoy. Tengo el cerebro. Rollo un Marlon Hofstad, a lo mejor, ¿no? Que te meta así un. Sí.
Pues
A mí me mola, ¿eh?
A mí me encanta, o sea, las divas del tecno, como yo las llamo ahora, en plan BTS, Saneta, todas estas, en sus sets siempre ponen ¿no? una vocal de Charlie o, ¿sabes? Siempre meten como vocales así de pop que...
Está guay, está guay. Continuamos. Deezer, yo no conozco esta plataforma, pero tengo aquí la noticia apuntada, así que tiro para adelante. Deezer revela que hay unas 10.000 canciones hechas con inteligencia artificial, o sea que cada día, se suben unas 10.000 canciones hechas con inteligencia artificial, que supone más o menos un 10% de la cantidad total. O sea, ya un 10% de la música que se hace está hecha 100% por inteligencia artificial.
Peligro.
¿Opiniones?
Peligroso. O sea, no sé. Es como lo que pasó con, ¿os acordáis con Bad Bunny? Que hubo una movida que flipas,
Sí.
que se cabreó muchísimo. Porque
El
encima
tema
era un
este que se
temazo.
hizo. Claro.
Pero, por ejemplo, a Eladio Carrión le pasó lo mismo. Gololo Urban. Y,
Rafa.
y le hicieron una canción con IA y a la gente le gustaba y luego la grabó él cantando él. Y la cantaba en los conciertos y tal. Bad Bunny fue al revés.
Yo creo que la IA es una herramienta muy útil, no solo para a plano general y que a lo mejor puede servir de apoyo, pero no podemos. Me sale en inglés la palabra. Son muertos, estoy ya disociada. Rely, en plan, apoyarnos al 100% en inteligencia artificial.
Pantomima full total. Scarf. Es que no me he dicho ese pantomima full. ¿Cómo se dice? Scarf.
Sí.
A ver, que llevo una hora hablando en inglés, no es por eso. No soy snob. No, por eso que no podemos apoyarnos al 100% en una inteligencia artificial, para empezar, porque es inteligencia artificial, no es una persona, entonces no va a tener el mismo valor artístico, ni creo que la calidad vaya a ser la misma, ni el resultado. O sea, para sacarte un trocito así medio viral como lo de Bad Bunny, sí, pero yo no me fiaría tanto. Yo como artista no diría, venga, que me haga una canción entera la IA.
Yo creo que los cantautores, al final, que lo que importa es su voz y tal, ellos sí que no me parecería bien que estuvieran todo el rato utilizando la inteligencia artificial porque al final los escuchas por su voz, pero la gente que hace electrónica o música más con el ordenador, tal, no sé qué, es como, pues si me mete un kick que es más original porque lo ha hecho con inteligencia artificial, que si lo han hecho sin inteligencia artificial, pues yo qué sé. Igual a alguna gente igual le sirve para desarrollar su propio sonido, no sé cómo.
Yo creo que si la usas de manera creativa es muy útil. O sea,
Como apoyo.
Claro, huir de la IA no tiene sentido.
No.
Es como huir de la tecnología, como la época de si pinchas con CDJ no eres
Ahí,
DJ.
justo ahí quería llegar yo, sí.
Pero que te lo haga todo la IA y tú no hagas
Claro.
nada, no tiene sentido. Pero porque pierde el alma.
Y porque probablemente esté mal.
Pero
O sea,
utilizar la IA yo creo que es algo positivo. Si te ahorra tiempo y te va a dar algo de calidad, o lo que dice Cons, en plan, si te puede generar un kick, por ejemplo, que sea algo diferente, novedoso y que luego te encaje, yo lo veo muy guay.
O a la hora de, se me está ocurriendo, no tengo ni idea, a la hora de crear más apps, por ejemplo, yo creo que ahí la IA tiene que ser una maravilla. Darle 2 canciones y que te las sepa mezclar con sentido y ahorrarte el trabajo de una tarde. Y es lo que decías. Por un lado, evidentemente creo que es algo negativo porque se pierde todo el tema artístico y toda la magia de crear algo desde cero y de irlo construyendo a tu manera. Pero por otro, pues tampoco podemos renegar porque la IA está ahí y esto es como hace 20 años renegar de los CDJs digitales o de avances en los programas de producción. Claro. Ámbito del que, por supuesto, no tengo ni idea, pero que supongo que...
pero aquí se habla igual.
Aquí se habla igual, evidentemente. Entonces, bueno, la IA está a la orden del día ahora mismo de una manera increíble y...
A la orden del día.
Joder,
madre mía.
Qué podcast más intenso.
Se nota que no hemos desayunado, ¿eh? Bueno, venga, continuamos con la sección favorita en la que Alberto y yo intentamos decir muchas cosas en poco tiempo. Próximos eventos que va a haber... empiezo con Ibiza. Con Ibiza, no se me olvide.
Lo he perdido.
Ha habido muchas novedades.
Lo dudo.
Ha habido muchas novedades estos días. Lo voy a decir antes de empezar. Yo estoy un poco decepcionado con las noticias y las residencias anunciadas esta semana en Ibiza. Si quieres, menciona lo que se ha hecho o lo vamos leyendo.
Lo voy diciendo rápido.
Vale.
Bueno, Amnesia confirma Resistance con Adam Beyer y Arbat, que se van a turnar de las salas. No está asociado cada uno a una sala. En teoría van a ir rotando. A mí esta residencia me parece muy interesante. Me parece que dentro del año de reinvención de Amnesia, me parece brutal traer Resistance de vuelta a Ibiza. Y aparte creo que el line-up da juego. Adam Beyer, tecno contundente y tal. Y luego Artbat, tecno melódico, melodic house.
Puede estar muy bien.
Puede... Mucha esperanza en esto. Luego, Pachá anunció la típica noche de Kane Music, que yo creo que va a haber más.
Sí.
Sold out en un día. Cuando llevaba 1 hora entradas a la venta ya iban por 200 euros y la gente seguía comprando sin ningún tipo de...
Yo entré a los 50
minutos.
Entré a los 50 minutos por curiosidad. 9º tramo, $185.
Qué barbaridad.
Y sold out, un poco después.
Y no busquéis lo que cuestan en Viagogo.
Madre mía. Vale.
Seguimos. Universe. Esta es una de las noticias potentes. Holosphere 2.0 de Eric Prydz. Después de... Recordemos que esto hay poca gente que lo sabe. Holosphere... el primero era en Tomorrowland 2019 para el viernes. Fabricaron la esfera, estuvieron 2 años fabricándola, tuvieron que ampliar el escenario que es el Freedom para que entrase la esfera. El primer fin de semana fue espectacular. Nosotros íbamos el segundo fin de semana, toda la semana en plan, qué locura, habíamos visto vídeos, el astronauta que por ejemplo en ese visual era la cabeza, era la esfera, había un sol, menudo hype, el miércoles se cayó el techo, a tomar por culo la esfera. Y luego, como curiosidad lo que hicieron fue sacar a Eric para afuera y lo que es la entrada del escenario y pusieron ahí la cabina. Y ahora vuelve la esfera, en teoría más grande, más avanzada tecnológicamente. ¿Qué opináis? ¿Tenéis miedo por el techo de Universe?
Por favor, que no se caiga.
Yo no, me sorprendió cuando me enteré de que Eric iba a ir a Universe. Me sorprendió, siempre lo he dicho, porque es un artista que me encanta, me flipa, pero creo que Ibiza no le sabe entender mucho o no es el típico sonido Ibiza. Eric está muy tecnero últimamente. Cuando le vimos en High este verano, a mí me gustó el set, pero fue bastante tecnero. Entonces se va a una sala que apunta a ser lo más comercial y visual de la historia de Ibiza. Un artista que tiene un sonido pues muy, muy propio y que creo que no es de los que más llena, ni mucho menos. Pero sin embargo, Universe, ole, apuesta por él.
Pero yo creo que visualmente va a llenar porque va a ser espectacular.
Sí, que es por eso, por lo que confían en él, no por su sonido, lamentablemente. Y eso seguro, porque saben que es capaz de hacer algo visualmente que no va a saberlo hacer nadie. Él y Anima son como así los padres de la...
A mí, por ejemplo, el set que hizo en el Branch de septiembre, sí que me parece que es un tipo de sonido y un tipo de set que puede encajar en
totalmente
Universe.
Diferente al de High. Fue en un lapso de 3 semanas y en el Branch se puso un poquito progresivo lento al principio y un poco más incluso houseero al final y luego cerró con Opus, y con eso vale. En High era más tecno.
Bueno, pero puede...
Pero bien.
Puede hacer un Branch, o sea, ese tipo de set lo puede trasladar a Universe.
Veremos.
Es que luego se vuelve loco. Pone el visual de la rata de Círez a dar vueltas, se enajena el solo, ¿sabes? y adiós.
Ya no pincha on-off, qué temazo. Vale, seguimos. Amnesia.
Perdón.
No,
que te quiero decir que habéis dicho que igual no casa demasiado con el sonido de Ibiza, pero yo creo que en Ibiza, por lo menos la temporada pasada, con Pyramid, muchas veces en Amnesia sí que ha habido, en plan, ya hay hard techno allí también. Blackworks está haciendo cosas también en Ibiza. Entonces yo creo que ya es una amalgama de muchas cosas, aunque se mantenga el sonido, el Afro House y el House como los puntos fuertes de la isla.
Sí, yo creo que va... Que Ibiza, o sea, además está habiendo como un... Yo creo que va a resurgir un poco el techno a raíz de todos los movimientos de hard techno, hard bounce, hard groove, todo eso. Creo que va a volver, derivará en que llegará el techno clásico en algún momento. Y creo que este tipo de cosas pueden funcionar.
Yo creo que Resistance va a ser la casa de ese techno que podemos llamar... Bueno, a ver, clásico, no sé si te estás refiriendo a Oscar Mulero, pues no le vamos a ver ni Ibiza. Pero...
Es lo que os iba a decir, ¿creéis que el groove y el hard groove llegarán a Ibiza?
No.
Siempre hay alguna cosa por ahí, alguna sesión de
Claro,
techno,
algo puntual.
pero cuesta mucho.
Es que ahora dicen las malas lenguas que va a ser el nuevo boom.
Ibiza no está preparada para el hard groove. Ahora habrá X fiestas, seguramente Blackworks vuelve a hacer algo en high.
Luego lo contaremos en la sección rumores.
Pero no, hard groove, algo así más
Es como el
súper
Telecinco
moderno.
de la electrónica, tú, ¿eh? Un poco como la tóxica.
De hecho, yo estoy intentando hablar con Adri para que esto sea como Sálvame y podamos comer aquí.
La María Patiño.
A mí me gustaría merendar aquí.
De la electrónica.
Hoy es por la mañana, pero los días que grabamos a media tarde...
Bocata, tío.
Bocata chocolates aquí.
Tranquilamente.
Vale, seguimos. Amnesia, vuelve Do Not Sleep, residencia de House, siempre al principio de temporadas, fechas sueltas. Tampoco hay mucho que decir de esto. High confirma Our House, que es la fiesta de James Hype y Medusa, que antes estaba los viernes en el club, con Guetta en la principal, y ahora se va, da el salto al teatro y en el club meten a Hannah Line.
Ahora comentamos.
Comenta.
Ahora cuando acabes.
¿Digo todo?
Sí, dilo todo porque es que quiero combinar esto con lo que
Vale.
vas a decir ahora.
Pacha confirma Abracadabra, que es una fiesta nueva de Blondies, que es Blondies and Friends, que va a ser los miércoles, creo. Sí, miércoles. Que, por cierto, importante, es la primera residente femenina de Pachá. Nunca ha habido una residente en Pachá. Obviamente han pinchado mujeres en Pachá, pero es primera vez que una mujer tiene una residencia en Pachá, que es Abracadabra de Blondies.
Joder.
Y esto nos lleva a que ya no hay hueco para Pure Pachá con Robin Schulz. Pero eso lo contaremos luego en Rumores.
Robin Schulz. Yo creo, tío, que seguramente en público UK y extranjero sí, pero creo que ni Hannah Line ni Blondies tienen nivel para tener una residencia en Ibiza. Y también creo que James Hype y Medusa muy justitos, pero muy justitos para tener un teatro, un main room en high, la verdad. O sea, no sé, no me preguntes qué hubiera hecho yo, porque no lo sé, pero no creo que... Me esperaba otra cosa.
Para mí Blondies sí, a mí Blondies me encanta. Y me parece un house muy diferente, fresco y mucha presencia en cabina, divertida.
No sé. No.
Primera residente femenina, ya Adri. A mí me gusta.
Pero
¿Qué
no.
tienes en contra?
Que vuelvan las Nervo.
Muchas cosas. No sé, es que no es un artista que me diga nada, o sea, no sé. Podría...
A mí sí me gusta, yo estoy con Cortés, ¿eh?
A mí Blondies me gusta mucho.
Me parece además justo lo que dices tú, bastante distinto a lo que sueles ver.
A mí me parece también un poco lavado de cara quizá por parte de Pachá, porque es una mujer en plan muy ecologista, es lesbiana, igual es como que... igual es un poco, puede tirar por ahí, en plan de necesitamos no ser solo pollaviejismo, ¿sabes?
No sé, eres Pachá, porque quieres hacer eso, trae a Peggy Goo.
Agenda.
Desconozco si es lesbiana, pero también tiene ese perfil.
Ya, claro, pero Peggy Goo cuesta 10 veces más.
Ah,
Claro,
Pachá.
también hay que poner el dinero.
Ya, no sé. Bueno, que me esperaba un poco más, ya está.
Tenemos
no me juzguéis.
titular, lo woke sale barato.
Exacto. Exacto.
Empieza a oler a cerrado esta conversación del podcast.
No, pero yo creo que, fuera de coña, yo creo que Blondies me parece una muy buena residencia porque es fresco. Y Hannah Line, es verdad que puede que no esté a un nivel de lo que te esperas, pero también me parece guay que haya novedades así, que se apueste porque no sea siempre
No, si lo mío me calla en la
los
boca.
mismos
y
4 nombres grandes todo el rato, ¿sabes?
Digo que a mí personalmente no me parecen
Sí, que son
artistas.
tus gustos, que no.
Claro,
sí, sí.
efectivamente. Mis gustos y
Perfectamente
también
válido.
de la industria que yo bebo, que es la de España y más concretamente la de Madrid, creo, lo digo, tú traes mañana a Hannah Line y a Blondies a X Club, no te venden 1000 tickets. Entre las dos, no
Ya,
te los venden.
Pero tampoco te los vende Jamie Jones. Y en Ibiza sold out todos los días.
Bueno, debate.
Claro, es que el público...
Es que el
allí-
público Ibiza no es público español.
Claro,
es
claro,
que
eso
otro
es
tipo
público
de
UK,
público, tío.
total.
Lo he dicho al principio, seguramente Hannah Lane en UK sea como Is and Dubs, que suena
justo.
muchísimo para Amnesia. Buah, de verdad, viene a Madrid y que no vende. Pero, oye, pues ya está. Si Ibiza sigue apostando por apuntar a público UK, pues bienvenido sea. Ni más ni menos.
Lee la siguiente que tengo que ampliarla ahora, que me llevan el coche.
Ah, vale. No es que está pasando de verdad.
Dato real.
Vale, pues 2 cositas más. Ushuaia ha anunciado que Ants vuelve los sábados. La temática este año es Ants Metalworks. El teaser mola muchísimo. Tanto el teaser de Holosphere 2.0 como el de Ants Metalworks me ha parecido visualmente una pasada. Y Chinoa ha anunciado el opening de la temporada 11 de abril, antes que nadie, ¿no?
Sí, pero no han dicho nada más. O sea,
No se sabe nada de
como
Chinoa de momento,
que-
ninguna residencia, muchos rumores, pero nada confirmado.
Bueno, me imagino que tendrán We Are Here, La Troya,
Ujú.
va Clapton para allá, va Bedouin Saga para allá.
Estamos empezando con los spoilers.
Ya, esto ya ha comenzado. Esto ya no puede parar. Ante el éxito de la primera edición, ha vuelto rumores. Hoy traigo candela.
A ver,
Yes.
Lo primero, ha llegado la hora de que la gente sepa cosas sobre Universe, que todo el mundo lo quiere saber. Universe va a tener, según los rumores, 4 salas, de las cuales las 2 grandes se van a llamar Red Pill y Blue Pill.
es verdad.
Jazz.
Como en
Matrix.
en plan, te doblas así para atrás. Y luego va a haber una sala VIP que va a tener dentro una sala super VIP.
Joder. Ya, no, me lo creo 100%.
Evidentemente, The Night League siempre apuesta por la gente que tiene dinero. Luego, ¿qué más? Bueno, he escuchado en los últimos días rumores de que va a haber Zamna en High. Pero mis pajaritos me indican que va a ser en Playa Soleil.
Vale, vale.
Zamna Ibiza 2025. Iba a decir
Qué
2024.
curioso,
no sé por
porque
qué.
también Zamna apuesta mucho por el tema audiovisual y en Playa Soleil es un club súper
Sí. Es lo que iba a decir yo, que no
minimalista.
me-
O sea, no,
Para mí-
no hay pantalla siquiera, si no me equivoco.
No.
No hay pantalla. Playa Soleil muy
Pero,
recomendable.
pero pueden
Sí,
poner
señor.
muchas plantas y eso mola.
Playa Soleil, que tampoco se ha anunciado nada, supongo que volverá
No.
All Day Dream y...
Palmarama yo creo que también.
Palmarama. Bueno, veremos.
Rumors yo creo que también. O sea,
A
yo
mí
creo
me
que van a
encantó, me
yo creo que
encantó
van
la
a
sala.
mantener todas. Playa Soleil, el sitio más divertido de Ibiza. Luego, ¿qué más? Bueno, lo que hemos contado de Chinoa. Para Ushuaia, yo sigo pensando que va a ser hardware los martes.
Ostras, esta me sorprende porque yo ni he escuchado nada ni me acaba de pegar. Hardwell ahora mismo pincha tecno a 140,
Sí, sí.
142.
Pincha Main Stage Techno.
Bueno, ya
Término, por cierto, inventado por Dani Ávila,
Dani.
que luego le robó Hardwell.
Vale, seguimos.
Vale, espera, que vamos
Pues
a
a mí
revisar.
tampoco me pega nada, te diré. Es que además lo venía comentando esta mañana, en plan que ahora Hardwell pincha.
Mainstream tecno fuerte. No llega a hard
Sí,
techno,
hardstyle,
pero...
¿no? Tienen
Yo le-
tema,
sí,
tienen
Tiene,
tema
tiene
con
cosas,
hardstyle, Project y
pero
todo.
cierra y mete cosas de hardstyle, pero el sonido es ese tecno a 140, vamos a llamarlo ahí.
Contundente.
Contundente.
Bueno, más de Universe, el opening va a ser David Guetta.
¿Qué?
Ya está. Tranquilamente lo
A
soltó.
nadie le emociona.
Ahí
No, pues
lo
a mí me
llevas.
¿Qué? ¿En serio?
Sí. A ver, David Guetta es...
Y va a tener residencia ahí también.
Yo creo que
¿Qué?
David,
Future Rave con Morten.
David
que, antes
Guetta...
que antes estaban High y ahora
Claro.
pues, se va para Universe.
Hoy estás sin filtro, ¿eh? Hoy no te callas nada. Vamos,
Voy a
pa'lante.
escape libre ya.
A lo bestia.
Tengo más cosas, ¿eh?
David
¿Ya?
Guetta yo creo que es el niño bonito de Night League, por razones obvias, porque para mí es el DJ más importante de todos los tiempos.
Sí, totalmente.
Sí.
Sí.
A ver, es el niño bonito de Ibiza en general, sí.
No, y del mundo. Yo le pregunto a mi madre, dime un DJ y seguramente diga David Guetta.
Cierto.
Es súper,
Probablemente
súper
sí, sí,
conocido
cierto.
en todos los ámbitos. Y en Ibiza tiene aura también. Entonces, a mí me parece una elección perfecta para el opening.
Hombre, tener 2 residencias y mantener en la misma semana, como que ha sido
Claro.
los últimos años, y hacer sold out en las 2 todas las semanas,
Ya.
Y
eso
sin,
es
y sin morirse, de momento.
increíble.
Así que bueno.
Vale, seguimos. Amnesia. Insisto en que estos son teorías. Promised Land de Vintage Culture.
Hostia.
Teoría mía.
No sé yo.
Y en la última ocasión yo dije aquí que creía que no iba a haber residencia de Dennis Cruz. Ahora me desdigo de mis palabras. Ahora vuelvo a creer que hay residencia de Dennis Cruz. Y añado, creo que Vagabundos de Luciano puede volver a Ibiza y ser Amnesia.
¿En
A ver,
Amnesia?
Todos los
Me
ojos
pega.
en Amnesia.
Te basas porque ambos están en el opening.
Me baso mucho en el opening.
Está en el opening Vintage Culture, está en el opening Luciano y está en el opening Dennis Cruz, haciendo back to back con Luciano, Exclusive 2025.
Sí.
Creo que lo de Dennis, cuando el río suena, agua lleva, pero lo de Luciano y lo de Vintage Culture, creo que Luciano no está en su mejor momento para tener toda una residencia en Ibiza. Tendrá alguna fecha.
Pero yo creo que
Hará un vagabundo, sí, pero 3, 4.
Pero como residencia en la main, ¿sabes? Por ejemplo, a la vez que Denis en la terraza y Luciano en la main. A la vez.
Podría ser.
Piensa
podría
que
ser.
no como residencia principal, pero como secundaria, a mí me encaja.
Podría ser.
¿Qué me queda?
Por inventarte.
Me he quedado por inventarme.
Blackboard Sahai, que lo hemos comentado antes.
Sí, es verdad.
¿Sí?
Pero no va a ser
¿Otra vez?
Blackboard solo.
Pero
Blackboard,
residencia. No.
Blackboard va a tener unas cuantas fechas sueltas en el club y no te creerás quién va al teatro. Lanzad, decid.
¿De tecno? ¿Dejar tecno?
Lo que menos os esperéis. Recordemos, Blackboard es en la sala pequeña, en la grande. ¿quién?
No es Paco Osuna.
Lo que menos os esperéis. No es
¿Otra
Paco
vez?
Osuna.
¿Completamente opuesto a Blackworks?
Sí.
Uf. ¿Los Martínez?
No, a ver, ya tienen su residencia.
Que sé.
Empieza por M.
Marco Carola.
No puede.
Ah.
Ese es
No, si
Pachá.
están pachadas, ¿no?
Mestiza.
¿Qué?
Sí.
¿En serio?
Sí.
¡Qué fantasía! Las dos Españas.
Siempre según rumores.
Es las dos Españas.
Las dos Españas,
100%,
me
¿eh?
encanta.
Pero la noche española, pero.
Spanish Party.
Spanish
Debería
Party,
llamar la
pero-
fiesta.
Oye, pues
O sea,
está curioso,
me parece súper
Y ya
original.
está, no digo más cosas, que si no, no
Mola.
tengo
Nos
contenido
cierran,
para el resto
el
del programa.
Bueno, además de sorprendido hasta a mí, la verdad. Ya sabéis, dejadnos en comentarios cualquier cosa que os llegue. O si tenéis un pajarito fiable, nos ponéis un MD, nosotros no decimos la fuente y.
Claro.
Y Cortés se mancha las manos. por vosotros.
Lo que sí que me han dicho es que esta semana que entra va a haber.
Sí, esta
Va a haber
semana
salsa. Viene fuerte
salsa,
esta de novedades. Así que veremos.
Se vienen cositas.
Vale, pues más eventos que se han anunciado estos últimos 7 días, así reseñables. Tenemos en Madrid, por ejemplo, a Colin en Fitz, a Seth Trosler en la Sala Art y a Frank Rizardo en Basement. Musicón, todavía no sabemos cuándo se va a hacer, pero al menos ya sabemos, o sea, perdón, no sabemos dónde se va a hacer, pero ya sabemos cuándo. 7 de junio y que será open air. Será en algún parque, pero no sabemos en cuál. Tiene muy buena pinta este evento. Para los que les guste Carola, los que no, pues.
Los que
Pues pues tendrán otros 90 eventos en los que elegir ese fin de
que se
semana.
laven
Total.
los oídos.
Branch ha confirmado que vuelve en primavera. Esto es una obviedad. Será en mayo. Esto sí que ya os lo adelanto yo. En mayo tendremos buena dosis de Branch. Sorprendente esto. FIB. El FIB ha anunciado un stage de electrónica bastante fuerte. Adam Beyer, Maceoplex, Cuartero, etc. Una demostración más de que la electrónica está muy fuerte y que ya se cola en todos los tipos de festivales. Face to Face en Barcelona con un cartel bastante chulo con artistas locales también. Danzú y Rebels que se vuelven a unir con Hot Science 82.
Y es Sins.
Saints, vale.
¿No?
Sí.
Tumu Festival en Valencia, otra nueva propuesta también en la ciudad de Valencia. Gordo, All Night Long en Madrid, también bastante inesperado, el 21 de marzo, con Taraca por primera vez en Madrid. Y también tenemos, también muy inesperado, esto me dejó el culo rotísimo, a Bo and Beyond, que vienen, es que a mí me encantaban.
Con DJ
Me
Nano y
encantan.
con Cruci.
A Bo and Beyond con DJ Nano y con Cruci en IFEMA, el 15 de marzo, si no me equivoco.
No puede ser.
Sí,
15 de marzo.
IFEMA es muy grande. Pabellón
de
1.
verdad.
Pabellón 1, sí.
Vale.
El 15 de marzo, bueno, sin
Joder,
comentarios.
va a estar el
lo de
IFEMA a
Madrid.
reventar.
Maika Festival, que es el viernes que viene, también en IFEMA,
Sí.
como no. Y
Cocoon.
terminamos con, para mí, la noticia de la semana, el concierto de Rufus du Sol bajo el ciclo de Alma Occidente. ¿Occidente?
Alma Occident Festival.
Occidente. Es un ciclo de conciertos en el Parque Enrique Tierno Galván. Rufus du Sol estarán el 28 de junio, sold out en 10 minutos.
Heavy.
Tierno Galván, salvo que recuerden un poco por el tema del stage, tiene un aforo exactamente de 10.200 personas. 10 minutos, Rufus du Sol.
Tickets a 77
Lo primero que hice
euros.
fue ir a la web para ver si tenían concierto, o sea, si Alma Occidente hacía concierto el día antes y el día después, por si había posibilidad de doble show, porque Rufus du Sol en Barcelona hicieron también un sold out en 10 minutos y sacaron otra fecha el día antes. No, hay concierto, o sea, no hay manera de que haya doble show.
Hay Alan Parsons Project Live el día antes.
Exacto.
Conciertazo.
Entonces no tiene pinta de que pueda haber otro. Habrá que conseguir entradas. Digo yo. Imperdible, Rufus du Sol, el 28 de junio. Y así están las cosas. Casi nada.
Impresionante la cantidad de eventos que hay.
Pero es que además es agobiante porque de repente yo creo que lo de Nano con Aboban Bellón, lo de Gordo y lo de Rufus du Sol salió el mismo día.
Sí,
Como,
sí.
uf.
Es lo que hablábamos
Qué
antes,
agobio.
en plan, ¿se está saturando la escena?
Bueno, es el eterno
Es
debate.
que... No, pero es violento.
Pues yo creo que se viene un mes, el mes de marzo, perfecto para ver en qué momento está la escena. Porque ya lo de marzo va a ser En Madrid va a ser.
Porque
increíble.
parece agosto este marzo.
Claro, entonces, si vemos eventos palmar pasta y pistas a medio gas, pues lo mismo es un síntoma. Si vemos que se llena todo, lo cual personalmente me sorprendería, pues nada, pues a seguir.
Hago
Pues a montar un evento.
una pregunta breve, a ver qué pensáis vosotros. ¿Creéis que tanto festival está matando el clubbing ahora mismo aquí en Madrid?
Sí, o sea,
Sí,
es
probablemente
obvio.
sí.
Yo me pongo la piel de, bueno, iba a decir del basement de Mondo, pero incluso clubes y sesiones más pequeñas. Antes de la pandemia, hasta hace 6 años, como mucho te podía venir un festival en la cubierta, un Fabric a lo grande, una cosa así, pero es que ahora, con ese gigante llamado IFEMA, proponiendo 1 o hasta 2 macrofestivales de por encima de 10.000 personas cada sábado, o cada viernes y sábado, joder, es que ese club del centro que paga un alquiler desorbitado y que tiene un aforo de 300 personas y cuya propuesta tiene que ser tirando a humilde
Claro.
o local,
Es que creo que
malos tiempos.
lo que está pasando ahora es que se está forzando a los promotores de clubs a secas, más pequeños o más grandes, a traer unos carteles o unos nombres que a lo mejor se les sobrepasa a nivel económico. Porque ¿qué vas a hacer con tu club cuando ese mismo fin de semana en IFEMA tienes a 3 tíos que son top headliners internacionales? Es que te están matando los clubs.
Claro, no, al final
Económicamente, vaya.
y al final se mata el propio clubbing también, porque si empiezas a traer a nombres más comerciales porque no estás a la altura, pues yo creo que ya la gente que lleva mucho tiempo saliendo a nivel club, pues empieza a buscar otras cosas
Claro,
más
que
pequeñas.
busca algo más underground.
Sí.
Totalmente.
Desde aquí, llamamiento, vete al club. Mítico. O sea, es que hay que ir al
100%,
club.
tío.
Hay que
Te
ir
lo
al
pasas-
club.
yo me lo paso mejor.
Yo siempre acabo yendo a muchos macroeventos porque por H o por B, por Bololo o por conocidos o por artistas que verá, claro, hay más posibilidades de que te gusten X número de artistas si el line-up es gigantesco. O si la producción es gigantesca y por tanto el presupuesto es gigantesco. Pero hay que apoyar el club y hay que ir. Y hay que pagar tu entradita y tomarte tus 2 copas,
Sí.
que no pasa nada. Y es que si no se acaba.
Yo me lo paso
Y
mejor.
se va a viciar.
Y encima me da la sensación de que se pierde la esencia de festival, porque antes estabas todo el año esperando a que llegase verano para irte al festival
Claro.
y lo vivías a tope, y ahora es como, chicos, es que estoy harta de ver la misma producción 37 veces al año. O sea, se están matando mutuamente.
También es cierto que ahora a todo se le llama festival. Porque antes festival, en mi cabeza era como...
Sí, el Aquasella, el Dream Beach.
Claro, y 3 días con camping y tal. Ahora cualquiera montaba un evento de una tarde con 8 artistas y le llama no sé qué fest.
Hombre, cuando hablamos de una cabina de $500,000 de euros.
Claro. Una megaproducción para mí ya es un festival.
es que,
Eso
claro,
sí, pero todo se llama festival. ¿sabes?
Sí, bueno.
Pero
claro.
porque lo es. O sea, yo creo que lo es.
Para mí un evento de más de 5.000 personas,
Eso es.
o sea, cualquier pabellón 12 o pabellón 14 de IFEMA, que son los grandes, es festival.
Es un festival.
Lo de esta noche es un festival. Lo de
100%.
Don't Let Daddy Know es un festival. Viernes que viene en Maica es un
Un
festival.
festival, sí.
Yo creo que también fuera ya de la costa y de, al final, Barcelona y Madrid están saliendo festivales boutique que a lo mejor son un poco, en plan, yo qué sé, 2.000 personas o incluso menos, lo que estábamos hablando el otro día. El festival está en una mina de Palencia.
Muy guapo.
Ahí
sí.
no
guapo.
creo que vaya,
Palencia.
a ver tanta gente, ¿sabes?
No, hay propuestas.
Y
Hubo
se
una
vende
hace
como
poco
festival.
en Bilbao también, muy underground. No recuerdo si era una mina o una fábrica, algo del estilo. Tengo la imagen. Evidentemente hay todo tipo de públicos y también la gente, el público va madurando. Yo ya conozco mucha gente de mi círculo que a IFEMA es muy raro que vaya, pues porque no suena bien, está lejos, mucho público ocasional, gente, pues se pierde el vibe, vamos
Sí.
a decirlo así. Y surgen ese tipo de conceptos un poco más, llámalos boutique, underground o como sea. Pero sí que es verdad que los que apostaban por una programación continua y abrir todos los fines de semana y propuestas interesantes, ahora se hace muy, muy cuesta arriba tener una programación de calidad cuando cada fin de semana viene un gigante, a pisarte el tema. Y me gustaría hablar con alguien que me pudiera explicar, por ejemplo, todo este boom de IFEMA, cuánto cuesta alquilar un pabellón de IFEMA, cuánto cuesta hacer la producción de un evento de IFEMA. No sé, para en mi cabeza hacer números y decir, joder,
Para ver si montamos
sale
algo.
rentable, vamos a montar algo. O simplemente son macroinversores, macroempresarios jugando a montar festivales porque les han dicho que está de moda y perdiendo dinero. Porque es que mucha gente ahí fuera perdiendo dinero y sigue proponiendo cosas que yo digo, wow.
Sí. A mí me ha pasado con ciertos festivales que se han hecho. Yo he estado ahí, los he visto a medio gas Y me ha sorprendido que saquen fecha otra vez que digo,
Es raro.
¿por? En plan,
Es raro.
pero si no fue bien.
O se nos escapa algo, o es un poco raro, es lo que tú dices. Cómo repiten ciertos festivales que han sido, sin saber mucho del tema, un fracaso. Como no estamos dando nombres, se puede decir festivales que han sido un fracaso y al año que viene, cartel el doble de caro.
Pero porque al final, si quieres apostar por una marca, yo creo que
Sí, pero
se hace así.
hasta cierto punto.
O sea, si
no sé.
fallas, la manera de jugar a la ruleta es si fallas al negro, tienes que meter el doble y así sucesivamente.
Bueno.
Y al final, o gana la banca o ganas tú, pero alguien gana. Entonces esto es
Qué
igual.
poético.
No apoyamos la ludopatía aquí, ¿eh?
No.
No, era una manera de hablar.
Apoyamos el club, no la luz.
Rumores.
Venga, pues finalizamos que hoy hemos
hay
tenido un
hambre.
programa.
Queda
Ya
lo
hay
más
hambre.
importante.
Sí, con esto.
Mi
hombre.
sección favorita.
No te preocupes. Venga, pues dale caña.
El precio justo. Hoy,
Hay que poner una entradilla.
hoy no hay que explicar qué es lo que pagaríamos nosotros por ir a un evento, porque está gente de bien del equipo. Evento de hoy, pues Don't Let Daddy Know, claro.
Vale.
Don Le Daddy No, que para quien no lo sepa, esta noche en Madrid con Oliver Heldens, Nervo, por supuesto, Robin Schulz, Dimitri Vegas, Matisse Ansazco, Back to Back, Third Party. Me dejo a uno al menos.
A Michello.
No, alguien
Por
internacional.
ejemplo.
Morten.
Morten.
Bueno, ¿que cuánto pagaríamos por ir a este festival? Supongo que constan en torno a 800 euros porque va a Nervo. Venga, empieza.
Empiezo yo. Bueno, yo he de decir que el EDM ya me lo tomo un poco como mi remember. Entonces creo que a este festival voy sobre todo también por la compañía, ¿sabes? Pero
¿Cuánto vale nuestra compañía? Consta?
objetivamente,
No tiene precio.
bueno, no sé a cuánto estaban las entradas, pero objetivamente, si saliera de mi bolsillo, yo creo que máximo 50 euros.
A 50 estaban ayer que las vi yo. ¿Ana?
Yo creo que... A ver, yo pues la última vez que escuché EDM pues tenía, no sé, 16, 17 años, no sé, mucho tiempo. Pero con el cartel que había hoy, con tus colegas, por lo que dices tú, un remember así simpático, yo mis 35 igual sí que me dejaba, 35, 40. ¿No?
Sí, Alberto.
Pues
Yo
echamos las
iba a
risas.
decir algo así, 35, 40 también. Con copa.
Eso, con copa.
Sí, yo también, creo que 40 euritos. Yo no es. O sea, el cartel está. A ver, si no te gusta el
es un
EDM.
cartelón para
pero
el EDM.
es el
Eso es
típico cartel
cartelazo.
que dices, pero luego te paras a verlo. Heldens siempre ha molado mucho y ya mete tecno y cosas así un poco más tal.
Jailo.
Nervo, por supuesto, son increíbles. Dimitri Vegas, a ver por dónde le da, la verdad. Ahí sí que me da un poquito de miedo. Pero bueno, Robin Schulz viene de Ibiza de poner jausete y es bastante divertido. Y por supuesto, Matisse Ansazco y Third Party.
A saltar, a echar la
Yo he
lágrima.
ido a la de. Yo he pagado en el AD entradas de
Recordando.
35 y 40 euros por ver solo a Third Party. Entonces, ¿por qué no?
Yo creo que es una fiesta que te puedes dejar el dinero para ir con amigos, pasártelo bien y que haces una
El
al
plan.
año y no vuelves a escuchar a DM en todo el
Sí,
año.
y esto ya lo dejamos para otro programa, es el nuevo Remember.
Sí.
Claro, es como el nuevo
Sí, sí.
oro viejo, para que se me entienda, por así decirlo. Es como los que ya tenemos
Back
30
to
y
basics.
los que crecimos los 20 con el EDM y que ya no nos sentimos identificados con la escena actual, con el hard techno y con toda la corriente esta, pues una noche como los de antes. O eso creo.
Queremos volver a
O eso
saltar.
creo, porque ahora vendrá Dimitri Vegas a poner hard techno, Oliver Heldens a poner
Fue Dimitri, ¿no? En Ushuaia el que puso
Dimitri Vasilevsky, sí.
setup ahí.
de Raw.
Y Raw Style y de todo.
Qué barbaridad.
Veremos. Os lo contaremos en el siguiente episodio. Pues nada más. Nada más. ¿Cuánto se ha ido el tema?
Wow,
Bueno,
no,
pues
pero hay que
está mucho
recortar
tiempo parado.
¿Me da
muchísimo.
tiempo a hacer la corneta?
Ay, sí, por favor. Por favor.
Haz la corneta y luego di que
Por
la gente
favor,
se suscriba.
Pero tiene que ser el himno de España. Si no, no mola igual.
Pero no la saquéis, que
Hombre,
si
que no,
la
hombre,
hago.
Que sí, que sí, que sí.
Esto sigue grabando.
No,
Dale,
no, corta,
dale,
corta.
Dale.
No,
Ya
que hay que
veremos.
despedir el podcast. Venga, tú hazlo.
Por favor, exportar este frame ya, ahora mismo. Esto hay que subirlo a Reels.
Y si queréis más contenido como este, activad la campanita.
Contenido de calidad, sábado histórico. Muchas gracias a todos y todas por estar ahí. Nos vemos en el siguiente episodio. Chao, 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 chao.